a few bright spots. Guys played hard, not hard enough, not physical enough as a team. Thought West Virginia brought a lot of the aggressiveness and physical play, and we weren't able to match it. So, got to have that fixed by the time we take the field Saturday night against Iowa State. Obviously, there's a lot of errors, a lot of things to improve on, but looking forward to this week and today to get ready for Iowa State. Really good team, coach. I mean, it's, when you see what Matt Campbell does as a coach, you see why the program is known for their toughness, and that's in all three phases. That's the thing that stands out. They played the game with a certain level of toughness, and I'm looking forward to getting our guys to answer it because you can see it on film. So I think they have, looking at their team, they can run the ball. QB can run. They have tons of talent, big physical as a team on offensive side. On defense, probably one of the better defensive backfields I've seen. Really good corners. I think one's a projected high draft pick. They have a lot of great players on defense, and I think they have. I think they're the conference best defense for a reason. So we've got to be ready to play against them. We got to be ready to find a way to put points on the board and have our guys execute at a high level for all three phases, so we can have a chance to win this game. Excited that we're home. In front of our crowd, looking forward to that being an advantage. But in the meantime, we're going to have to fix some things on the field. Looking forward to getting that done. And so really, in terms of to have tons of respect for what Matt Campbell does as a coach and how he runs his program. And I've said this about every coach in the Big 12. I've been around in conference meetings and things like that, and he's a leader in that group, but also just being so kind and gracious enough to give me time and extend his hand as a friend. I've had opportunity to get to know all the coaches, and I think they do a great job running their programs. And he's a guy that's sought after for a lot of different jobs and chooses to stay at Iowa State for a reason. And you can see that these guys play really hard for him. And I like the brand of football that they play. So looking forward to the matchup, and hopefully we can get our guys to play at that high level and make it a battle.
Okay, we'll start with some questions from Mitch Harper and then Kevin Reynolds.
Kalani, if team doctors clear Keaton Slovis, does he immediately return to the starter role at quarterback this week?
Well, everybody that's coming off of injury, they just don't jump into a starting role. You have to earn the right to get that back. So the competition still continues. Where so you look at like LJ Martin's been practicing, but he hasn't been performing better than Aiden. And so until we see the competition, who earns it, that won't be that doesn't get settled by just the training room clearing you. So that's. We want to play the best guy, and so if he's cleared, then let's see how far he's cleared. Is he cleared just to be on the field as a player, or can he throw the ball, make the plays that we need our quarterback to make?
So just to follow up, he has to regain his starting spot. Then it's completely up for grabs whether he's healthy or not between him and Retzlaff.
Well, if you're 100% healthy, meaning that you can make all the throws that you weren't able to make, then yeah, that's how it works. If Keanu Hill comes back and he's not able to be at a higher level than what we're getting from Parker and those guys, and that's how it works. That's how we run the program. You don't just become a starter and then by appointment only, and then they're anointed the starter, and then that's it for the rest of your life. That's not how it works.
Just as a follow-up to Mitch's question, is there a point in the week that's kind of a deadline for you of when you're going to make a decision on who's either available and who's starting at quarterback?
No, there comes a point where you can kind of see who's going to give us the best chance and who's going to make the throws that we're asking them to do. And that usually happens right around Tuesday when we can have an idea from gauging it. And that's kind of what it comes down to.
And then just one last injury question. Do you have any update on kind of Cody Epps' status and some of the other guys we saw get hurt on Saturday?
Chase came back. So Cody actually is looking pretty positive in the testing, and so there's a chance that he could play this weekend as well. So that's not a normally when we go through the protocol they can tell us whether or not he's eliminated even today, and right now there's still a chance for him to play this weekend. Probably find out more on a Wednesday, Thursday, for sure.
Perfect. Next question will be Jay Drew and then Jake Hatch.
Yeah, Kalani, the other night you said that your offensive linemen, some of them were just whiffing on blocks. I mean, you're talking about a veteran group there with a lot of starts under their belt. Why are they whiffing on blocks, I guess would be my question. Why are they seemingly regressing?
Yeah, it's probably person to person type of a question, but they're not getting the job done. That's for sure. And so, not going to hide behind it. They need to do better, and that's everyone on the line. I think you can see it for yourself on film. So the guys, listen, the performance was embarrassing for everybody, and O-line was embarrassing for them too. So this is a chance for them to learn from it and not put that back on film again. They give credit to West Virginia. I thought they played a really solid game and at the line of scrimmage on both sides, way better than we did. And so hopefully they can learn from the embarrassment and not allow that to show up again. And that just comes to a certain level of toughness and accountability.
And then kind of a related question, obviously Darius Lassiter and some other guys didn't even make the trip. Are these guys getting hurt in practice? And if so, is there have you identified any reason for that?
Which guy is specific? If it's Darius Lassiter, he got hurt in the game, in the Texas
he
game.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He finished the game, but it was the injury was during the game, and I think he tried to power through it and finish the game, but it was afterwards that we were able to do that. If you're asking person to person, I can tell you, but most of the injuries have been through the games.
Thanks.
Kalani, you talked a lot about accountability and how you want your players and your coaches to be accountable. What does that all entail? What do you do inside the program to hold them accountable?
That's basically how we function. That's I'm trying to find a way to make it an easier answer so you can hear it, but I think playing time is one of the ways, and nobody has a right to be on the field. You have to earn it, and so that's something we just want guys to do their jobs, be accountable to each other, be a good teammate by making sure you get your 111th done, and if that's not happening, there's different ways to get it done. One is to make sure that we're demanding it from them, we're coaching it from them, but another way is just to if he can't get the job done, get somebody else that can do it. We've always had that. That's not like that's anything brand new. We've always had the ability to make that move, and so that's we just need to start seeing better production on the field. It's not happening, and definitely didn't happen Saturday night in a lot of different positions.
Okay, and then what is your concern level with just the amount of rushing yards you've given up, particularly in the last two games?
Yeah, I'm really concerned about it. I think is assignment sound? Is it talent? Is it technique? I think we've had players that can make those plays, whether or not they're able to do it. We have to evaluate all that, and then like I said before, we have the opportunity to play a lot of different guys, and we have depth. I'd like to think our guys can get it done, but for some reason, if it's not getting done, especially the last 2 weeks, and especially this last week, then we need to do something about it.
Okay, we'll take a couple more questions from Mitch Harper.
Lonnie, how much of these recent performances on offense maybe rattled your confidence in the coaches on your offensive staff?
I've been around the coaches a long time. I think the game of football, when you look at it, the schedule and the teams that we're playing, I take everything into consideration. But I have an obligation as a coach to make sure that our team is functioning at a high level. And are we doing that? No. And that's my responsibility. And so I'll figure that out. And then from on my end, I just need to see an identity form. I need to see players that have been here. I need to see them doing their old ways, and players that are new, I need to see them adapt to our expectations and our standard. That's just how it works.
Last year, you had to kind of get hands-on the defense. You've stayed still. You're obviously involved, but you're not having to get in the trenches to prepare game plans on either side this year, correct?
No, I'm in there. I'm in the trenches. Yeah, I'm always involved in game planning. That's not anything new. I watch more film than everybody because I watch all three phases. I'm involved in that stuff, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's saying like you're not the court.
I'm not calling the plays on all. I'm not calling all the plays in every phase. That's true. Yeah. So, but I am the head coach. I'm responsible for all of this, and it's not working the way I want it to. So, if I need to jump in there and coach a position, I'll do it. If I need to coach a player or talk to a player, I'll do it. If I need to make a call, I'll make it. So that's. We had to come to that last year on the defensive side. We haven't done that yet on the offense, but I'm highly involved in what I want to see and how I want to see it, whether it's personnel or scheme. So, but when it's all said and done, I'm responsible for the program. I'm the head coach, and it doesn't matter what the phase is. It's all on me.
We'll take a few last questions. We'll go Jake Hatch and then Jay Drew.
Yeah, Kalani, you talked about Iowa State and just the fact that they're a hard-running football team. What else do you see from them? Because they're one of the teams that I think a lot of BYU fans might be the most unfamiliar with when it comes to this new conference.
No, they're tough, and they know how to develop their players. They know how to put them in schemes to get them to play at a high level. They get draft picks. I think they have DBs that will be drafted high. I believe their corner will be a first-round draft pick. I'm not running the NFL teams, but I see the talent on their team, and I see how well coached they are, and they don't make a lot of mistakes when it comes to assignments or technique. I think it's pretty much what you see on film is what you're going to get, and they make it really hard for you to play against them. They know what their identity is. They hang their hat on what they do on offense and defense and special teams, and we're going to have to find a way to compete against it. I don't think this is one of those, like, we're going to try to out-scheme them and anything. We just got to be able to match their fight. You know, they're going to come in here with we're both sitting at 5-4, so someone's trying to get bowl eligible, and there's a lot to play for in this game, in this matchup. And we didn't perform really well last week, and so it's a chance for us to answer back and be at home and then find a way to get back to our old selves, because that was embarrassing last week. And I think our players will tell you the same thing. And so this is a great chance for us to do it against a team that's tough and strong and been in the conference for a long time. We're still the new guys, you know, and we've got to find a way to grow up real fast. I know that this is our first year in the Big 12, but our guys have got to realize that this is, when it comes down to this part of the season, this is all desire and want to now. So it's pretty evident when you see on film that they're well coached and they're a really tough team, and I'm excited about our guys. We have tough guys in our team too. I think it's going to be a great matchup for us. I think it comes at perfect timing for me. It's like you put on the film, and they're gonna bring the fight, and so I'm excited for that. We better bring it too.
How important would it be for your football program to be bowl eligible in your first year in the Big 12?
Yeah, because we're this close. We're one game away. We needed. I mean, I wanted to do it last week. I wanted to do it, you know, but I wanted to do it the week before that. This is not. I want us to be at our best every week. I'm not really worried about the record, except for that we're so close now that it can provide us more time together. It's a really big part of our development as a team, that we need those extra practices. We need that time, and we want to spend time together. We want to go enjoy and enjoy time as a team together, you know. And this is a great reward for that. But you just don't talk about it. You got to go out and get it. This conference is going to make it easy for you. They're not just going to hand you wins, especially on the road. That just doesn't happen. So we need to find a way to protect home. It's not like we've done all year, and then we can do that, and then we can figure out how to play better on the road when that time comes. But right now, the focus is for us to play great, no matter whether on our home turf or on the visiting turf. That's the sense of urgency that I have. It's like, let's go already. Come on, man. This is we're wasting some opportunities here, and I don't plan on wasting one this weekend.
All right, guys, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for being here, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take your time. Next up, we'll have Tyler Batty. So if you have questions for Tyler, go ahead and raise your hand. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. Thanks for being here. We'll just wait for some questions to pop up. 1 sec. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, Tyler, you guys were one of the least penalized teams in the country before the other night, and you got 10. But after reviewing the film, some of those late hits were, I don't know, maybe questionable. Was there discussion amongst coaches about kind of what you can do moving forward to eliminate those?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just we just got to play smart, right? In every situation, we just got to know, right? You just can't make things questionable. So you just can't leave it up to the refs, right? So we just got to play hard, play clean, and that way we'll avoid any of those penalties.
And just as a follow-up, Coach said it's important right now to stick together, to not finger point, to gel together as a team. Do you feel like the leadership is there on this team to make sure that happens?
Absolutely. We've had some ups and downs throughout this season, and we haven't had an issue with that. We have a really good team culture, especially thanks to Coach Sitake. We definitely have the leadership on this team, and guys rally together. Guys care about each other, and so in these tough moments, no one's pointing fingers. It's just, hey, collectively, as a team, we've got to be better.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, Tyler, just wanted to get your reaction. You guys have a lot of rushing yards the last 2 games in particular. What's been your reaction as a defensive lineman?
Yeah. Again, that's a big point of emphasis for us, right? That starts up front, shutting down the run game, and so that's something that we have to continue to take big strides in to limit these teams from getting out and rushing for 10 yards a carry. That's something that, again, we've got to be better in, and that's going to start in practice this week, right? Taking care of that up front and making sure that we're ready for any type of run game that's thrown at us.
Now, Iowa State's well known for their rushing prowess, obviously. What do you see from them on tape?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a good team. I think we're excited for another opportunity to go play and for another challenge to show what we can do on defense. I think we've had, again, some ups, some highs, and some lows, and so I think defensively we just got to be excited to go out and prove that we can shut down the run game.
I've got one more if you've got time.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, Tyler, just similar to I asked you about the rushing and having to slow that down. What's it going to take for you guys to boost your pass rush as well? I know you guys have been getting to the quarterback more this season in terms of overall QB hits, etc. What's going to take to cause even more disruption?
Winning on first and second down. That's really what it comes down to when you look at it, and that's something that we've struggled in the past couple games, right? We need to be able to get teams in a 3rd and long, make them drop back and pass. And that's when we're going to be able to get home and bring quarterbacks down, right? Get those sacks that we need. So again, it starts with the run game, right? We got to win first down, win second down, get them in 3rd and longs, and then take advantage of that.
Okay, I think that's all the questions for
Sweet.
today. Thank you, Tyler.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good week. Okay, next up we'll have AJ Vongphachanh. Hi AJ, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. If you guys have any questions for AJ, go ahead, raise your hands. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, AJ, just wondering what the kind of the general vibe of the team is right now. What was the flight like on the way home? Just how do you guys plan to regroup from 2 back-to-back pretty devastating losses?
Yeah, obviously, not how we wanted to, go in there and perform, and obviously not the outcome we wanted. But, the guys are, just eager to keep working and just learn from the film. Obviously, like we got to get better, and this is a big one coming up this week, so we got to just make sure we learn from our mistakes and clean it up.
And then Jake had asked Tyler about the run defense. Just seemed to not be as good as what you guys have showed. You limited a lot of really good running backs to under 100 yards, but just kind of what happened, what do you pinpoint is what went wrong the other night?
Yeah, I think just not doing our job consistently enough. Just not relying on our technique and staying on assignment sound. Obviously through the course of the game, and obviously we didn't hit our goals when it came to the rushing defense. But I just say it comes down to the doing your job and relying on your technique that we do at practice.
Okay, we'll have some more questions for Mitch Harper and then Sean Walker.
Kalani's noted that there were some positives that came from the game. Do you guys as players feel like there was positives on the defensive side that came out of that game that you can kind of build on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was some good things, but there's obviously the glaring deficiencies that we didn't do. We didn't, obviously the rushing defense being a huge one. We pride ourselves on being a good rushing defense. So whenever you go out there and perform like that, it's not up to our standards. So we got to fix that for sure.
How much urgency is there this week to finish the job, to get that 6th win, to get to bowl eligibility?
Yeah, there's a ton of urgency. Like you said, the 6th win is huge, especially coming back at home, against a good opponent. So we're super urgent, and we're just eager to get to practice and kind of just build off of that.
AJ, bit of a follow-up to that one, but you've been around this game long enough. You've been to bowl games before. What does going to a bowl game or what would going to a bowl game kind of mean for you and for this team?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I've kind of been to a bowl game every year that I've played, except for that COVID year. We didn't have a good year, so it's definitely a huge difference between making a bowl game and not making a bowl game. So it's huge for us, and we're one win away, and we're just eager to get that 6th win this week.
Go ahead, Kevin.
When you kind of look at Iowa State right now, does this team and this offense remind you of anybody that you've seen already before schematically?
I think they're a really good team. They run the ball really well. So, I think especially when you come, this last week, a team like West Virginia that hang their head, and they were, they wanted to run the ball a lot. So, I think Iowa State's going to come in here and do the same thing. Try to establish the run game and just get the game going like that.
Okay, AJ, looks like that's all the questions for today. Thank
Appreciate
you so
it.
much
Yep,
for
thank you.
being here. If you guys have any questions for Parker, you guys can start raising your hands. Hey Parker, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Just wait for some questions to come in. Go ahead, Jay Drew.
Yeah, Parker, just a general question about kind of the vibe of the team, especially the offensive players who, had a rough night the other night. Just how are you guys kind of sticking together and fighting through this?
Yeah, we're trusting the coaches, we're trusting everybody in the group as a whole. We know that we can play way better than what we put on film or what we put on tape on Saturday, and we knew that wasn't our brand of football. And this week we're super excited to come out again and play and show what we really need to do.
And then just to follow up, what was it like playing with Jake Retzlaff? Was it a noticeable difference? He obviously throws the ball differently than Keaton does. Just what was it like playing with him for the first time?
Yeah, it was cool to be able to watch him do what he does, be able to use his legs, extend the plays, scramble, throw the ball on the run. He's a great player, and it was great to watch him do what he loves to do.
Okay, we'll have some more questions from Jake Hatch and then Mitch Harper.
Parker, from your vantage point, what's it going to take to get the offense on track?
I would just say believing in what we're doing. Just keep believing. Know that we're one play away. We're one assignment away just from breaking loose and showing the whole country what we can really do. I mean, I believe that we have one of the top receiving corps in the country, and some of the best running backs in the country, and one of the best quarterbacks in the country, one of the best O-line. Our offense can be really good. We just need to click together and show what we can do.
Obviously, you had that fumble mid-game, but you came back to have a pretty solid performance after that. How do you go about that in-game, just being able to move past stuff like that? Because those are critical mistakes, obviously.
Yeah, obviously I was pretty frustrated with myself after that. It could have been a whole different game, you know. We don't know, but it could have been a different game. We get points on the board then. Keelan comes out, takes one to the house. Maybe it doesn't get called back, you don't know. But overcoming stuff like that, you just got to put it in the back burner. Don't think about it and just go out and keep making plays.
Parker, it's pretty well documented that, you know, how much work Keaton put in with you and the receivers in the off season to kind of get ready for this year. Did you get much work in the spring and summer with Jake? Or was it kind of, you know, like this past week, getting work with him, was it kind of a foreign thing, working with him a little bit?
Yeah, no, we've been getting work since the spring and summer. When we went down to Southern California to work with John, and Keaton and Jake were there with me, Chase, Cody. We were all working with them, so it's nothing new. We've been working with Jake this whole year, and he just fit right in. So.
Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Parker, I wanted to kind of continue to build on just sort of reigniting the offense for you guys and whatnot, but specifically with you guys on the edge, and I don't want to get super like too terribly technical. We'd be here for 4.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
But what's kind of your guys' main responsibility in the run game in terms of downfield blocking and that kind of thing? Because that's obviously something that's probably going to be a pretty big focus this week is getting that run game reignited. So
yeah.
Can you give me just a peek about what your guys' responsibility is there?
Yeah, we're the ones who can turn a good play into a great play. We're the ones who can extend the play for the running backs, so they don't have to worry about the safeties, the corners. They can just run. We can extend the plays for them. So we gotta be thick on the outside, keep them firm. They're big boy blocks, but we got to do it, and so we can set the running backs up.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions for today. Thanks, Parker.
Sweet. Thank you.